Hello everybody and welcome once again to Inside the Headset with Coach Philip Shadowens. Here we are at postseason play, game 11, week 11, whatever you want to call it, 1-0-0, starting over. We played Laverne, the final game of the regular season last Friday night. I got you the video, and then right after I gave you that, I let you know you'd be playing Farragut, and then it was confirmed, and you just pick it up from there.
Not a whole lot to say about last week's game. It's a game we wanted to win, wanted to play well in. Don't know if we played our best football, but certainly finished strong. Played our best football probably in the fourth quarter there. Against a Laverne team that was riding high from a win over CAK. And so won the ball game 28-12. Was pleased with that. A win, a win's always good. Now it's time for the postseason. Found out early we played in Knox Farragut. Had talked to Eddie Courtney. We traded the following morning before they even announced it on TWA stuff. We went ahead and traded because we were 99% sure that we were playing them. So began working on video on Saturday and prepared for them and had a great week of practice. And our kids understand that it's 48 minutes guaranteed tomorrow night, and it's why you practice in January and why you work out with weights all those times a year and all the extra work and things that our kids have put forth, and it's all for things like tomorrow night, the playoffs.
Farragut's 7-3, just like us, Coach, and take us through a little bit of their season, some of the teams they've played, and what kind of football club we'll see out of Eddie Courtney's Admirals. That's a mouthful. Right,
an athletic team. They got a tailback that also lines out a receiver that's as good an athlete as we're going to play against all year long. A speedster. They run a spread offensive attack. They spread it more to run than they do to throw, which is a little bit different. Do some things that Siegel does. I mean, they don't run Siegel's offense, but they do some things within their offense that we've seen with Siegel this year. They can throw the football some, but they don't like to necessarily throw it. They want to run the football first. And from a defensive standpoint, they're a 3-3. They want to stunt and blitz and slant every single play and try to put pressure on you. And I know based on the video they've seen of us, they'll try to continue to do that tomorrow night. Our kids have worked exceptionally hard. And I've been very proud and very pleased with what they've accomplished this weekend in practice and how hard they've worked, how much focus we've had. Our kids are certainly ready to play football tomorrow night, and will need to be because they are a very good football team. It's not one of those first-round matchups where it's a mismatch on paper. It's not. It looks very even on paper, and so it's going to be the team that plays physically tomorrow night. The team that takes care of the football tomorrow night will be the team that wins.
Generally, just let the fans kind of know and the other folks, when you normally trade at a playoff time, how many videos will you normally trade when you meet like that?
About 2 is norm. Eddie asked if we wanted to trade 3. Of course, I jump on as many videos as we can.
Sure.
And so, of course, we said yes to that. And but normally it's 2 that you're supposed to trade. I think that's in some kind of TWA site. You're supposed to trade the last 2. We went ahead and traded the last 3 with them. Of course, that was fine for us because that game was on TV. It was our Riverdale game on TV, so they probably already had that anyway. So we traded the last 3. And then sometimes you can call and get other videos, or we've seen them.
Relationships.
Right, we've seen them last year. They played Riverdale last year, so we've seen that on video. We had that video, so we can look back at that and see what they've done and see if they're still the same as they were last year as far as what they try to get accomplished on both sides of the ball. So. We feel like we're well prepared. Our kids, I've just been exceptionally pleased with our kids in practice every day this week, and it's been a very focused, very intense practice week, and our kids are excited about playing tomorrow night.
Special teams wise, I hear they do have a kid that can, if he gets a hold of it, he can let it fly.
Probably the best kicker, I guess, in the state of Tennessee. Last week in the cold, and I think it was still raining up there last Friday night against against William Blunt. He kicked a 54-yard field goal. That's on a cold, windy, every night. I mean, maybe the wind was going with him, but he's an exceptional kicker. And most of his kickoffs go through the end zone, and he's good. They'll try field goals anywhere from 50 yards in, and sometimes a little bit more than 50. So once they cross midfield, they're in his range basically. So we have to do a good job defensively. We have to do a good job offensively of keeping them and giving them the ball down in their territory, not close to midfield, and because he can flip the field. He's also a great punter. He probably averages 44 yards a punt or so, and so they can flip the field easily. So our special teams games need to be really good tomorrow night. I mean, I have a lot of confidence in our kicker, so I'm not worried about that aspect of it. We have to be good in our return game. When we get an opportunity to return, whether it's a punt or whether it's a kick, we need to take advantage of that opportunity and do some positive things with our return game. And I have a lot of confidence that we will.
Well, good, good. Injury-wise, how are we doing? Are we okay? Or did we get any nicks and bruises last Friday night during the Laverne game?
No, not really. We're good. I mean, you always have nicks and bruises. Brant Luker did, bang his shoulder. He's been released to play. Was released Tuesday, I guess it is. Just a minor AC joint. We've padded him up pretty good. Hadn't let him have much contact this week, but he has been able to practice with us. We'll use him as needed.
Yeah.
Jamie Ken has stepped in there at free safety. He's a very talented kid himself, so we don't have any reservations about that. As well as Jalen Smith moving from corner to free if we need that. So we have some depth at that position.
Yes, sir.
As far as on the defensive side of the ball, and also on offense. But Brant will play some tomorrow night. How much that some is, I don't know. But he's capable of playing every play if we need that. But we at the same time we're going to probably start with something different. There tomorrow night. Probably start with Jamie there tomorrow night, and on offense we'll probably let him play some, but let Austin Hall and Mason Bear play that position some too. So besides that, everything else is healthy. And Brant's healthy enough to play. I want to see how the game goes before I decide how much he's going to play.
Sure. Well, let's just leave it right there. Let's gather up here tomorrow night at 7 o'clock, right here at the Inferno. Like I said, 7 o'clock. The Farragut Admirals and the Blackman Blaze. We'll see you there.